Are we live? It says we're live. I think we're live.
All right.
So,
let's do this.
For everyone that's here or anyone that's here, I don't know. I see a couple people here.
Mhm.
Oh, I got some feedback, but I should be okay.
Is it from me?
I don't know. It's in my ears.
Okay.
Rich or Matt, do you hear echo? Let me try something.
Okay.
All right, it's just me.
Okay.
I just got to ignore hearing myself in my ears.
Okay.
So if you guys are just joining us, if you're not familiar with what's going to happen, so I bought a Green Lantern. Is it 30, Jason?
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct. Yes.
So I bought a Green Lantern 30, and I thought, you know what, I can make this thing look fantastic. I can do all my magic and my pressing and my cleaning, and I'm going to get it. It's going to be great. And I started playing around with it, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do too much with this thing. It definitely didn't. It just wasn't. It was above my pay grade. What I was trying to do to it. There were some things that I saw right away. The staples were extremely rusted, and I can't do much with that. None of the techniques I do can help a rusty staple. There was a part of what looked like a book on the back of it, and you know, I thought maybe, okay, maybe I can peel that off. And I played around, and I thought, you know what, I know a guy who is a magician wizard who does all this crazy stuff with some of the stuff. If you've not seen Jason from Archivist Adrift, who's here with me now, like the stuff he does, it's not pressing and cleaning. It's not what us pressers and cleaners do. It's I don't even know how to say what it is. It's you know, it's a technique that's a lot of science, a little bit of wizardry, some magic. I think he has some special dust he puts into the books that makes them feel good. I don't excuse me. I don't know what all he does, but if you've ever watched his stuff, one is his music is fantastic. I think you get lots of probably lots of comments on your music, because it is interesting and kind of almost like you just kind of sit back and chill when you hear it. It's nice and relaxing.
Franco's actually got a friend who,
if you haven't checked his channel out, definitely check out his channel and sub up to his stuff, and just look at what he does. It's just neat. It's really neat to watch. It's not something, like I said, I dabbled a little bit. I did some nori paste gluing, and I was terrified the entire time doing it.
You did great.
But with very much guidance from Jason on what exactly I was doing and what I thought I was doing, it turned out okay.
Cool.
I think he thinks I'm going to become a conservationist, and I can say without a question that is not going to happen.
Well, we'll see.
There will be no competition for me on that world, because it's just, I don't have the space for some of the equipment you have and some of the stuff, and I don't have the patience to, like, I want to see what a book looks like tomorrow, and your book takes weeks sometimes. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about this book. If you haven't seen the video, both Jason and I have a video that kind of goes through this. Mine was the cleaning and original cleaning and pressing of it.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't do the book justice. It wasn't about getting a good grade. It wasn't about monetizing it. It was about, like, this is a very rare book. There's, I think, 36 or 37 on the census.
Yeah.
It's Overstreet listed as scarce. I think the Gerber Index has it as rare.
Yeah.
I think but that basically there's less than 50. There's between 20 and 50 copies known to exist.
Yeah.
I have one right here next to me in this box. There's none. I think the highest graded one on the census is a 7.
Oh,
so there's not even like a high grade. This is not going to be anywhere near a 7. If there is, then I owe you, I don't know, a car, Jason.
It won't get that close.
Yeah, no. We've kind of been back and forth discussing what we thought, what we think it's going to be, what we think the grade will be. So a little bit about the book. If you haven't seen the videos, again, there's videos on both our channels. It's the first, what is it, Rex the Wonder Dog?
Yes. Streak the Wonder Dog.
Streak. That's right. So it's the debut of him, and it's kind of funny because as Streak grew in popularity after this issue, the Green Lantern actually kind of dropped a lot in popularity, and they canceled it, I think, sometime in the early 40 issues. You know, he was if you haven't read the story, which I did read it, and I did too. I kind of Google a little bit. He's like a loyal farm dog. He follows his caretaker into Gotham City. He survives this crazy shootout, and then he teams up with Green Lantern.
Yeah. It's a fun story. I like
it. They rescue a U.S. intelligence officer from this war criminal. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, DC nonsense, but it's a fun story.
It is. Yeah.
You know, and he kind of, you know, dogs were popular at that time. This is kind of I would say it's probably like a Ren 1010 knockoff.
Yeah. Maybe Lassie or something. Yeah.
And you know, the cover's great. So my techniques, what I did, we'll talk about that real quick before we unbox it, you know, and hang on to the suspense. So I did a hop, which is hydrogen peroxide overlay on a heat press, which took a little bit of the dirt out. I did a dry erase, took a little bit of the dirt out.
Yeah.
Did a press, which took some of the wrinkles out. And that was kind of the extent of what I could do. I talked to Jason. I sent it to Jason, and then Jason like rebuilt the damn thing from scratch. So why don't you talk a little bit about what you did with it, Jason?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, the cleaning was was nice to be able to handle a book that had already been dry cleaned, because, you know, it takes a chunk of time, you know. And so when I got it, I initially did it in, the assessment was that there was rust migration throughout the whole entire book. So there were every page was touched with rust. The 3/4 of the spine was gone, I would say, or maybe it was about 3/4, I would say. And or maybe it was about a quarter. I can't remember.
It was at least half. I know that. It was a big chunk on the top.
Yeah. And then in the back of the cover, as you mentioned, there was a piece of a previous book stuck to the back of it.
I still think that was an Action 1 corner that we could have sold for like $5 grand.
Who knows? I'll keep an eye on those next time. And so I threw it into an aqueous bath, which was a calcium hydroxide solution with filtered water. And what that does is that the paper had built up a lot of acids in it. That's very common with older books. It's what brings the off smell off of old books and all that. It's just acids chewing away at the paper. Acid is part of the paper making process, especially back then. And so pulled out all the tannins out of the book and added a alkaline preserve back into the book, into the pages, which will prevent it from deacidifying into the future. So that book will likely last longer than many universal books that are sitting and rotting in their slabs currently. Also used Evaporust to clean up all the rust from some of the pages and off the staples as well. Although I ended up replacing the staples altogether with a loan book, with another DC book from around the same era. And then I did a process called leaf casting, which is where you take liquid paper pulp and you fill in the voids to kind of essentially rebuild the missing paper, which had to be done, of course, on the spine, but also areas where the Evaporust could not remove all the rust from the pages had to be cut out, because if they weren't cut out, then they were going to continue to damage the paper. There was a little bit of rust staining still left in the book, but that rust staining is inert now, so that stuff should be okay. But the leaf casting essentially filled in the paper that was missing. Of course, did a final press, And the hardest part really of the whole project was there was a weird, the book was folded strangely from the manufacturer right there, from the printer, and with the staples on the back of the book. And I mentally could not get over the fact that the staples were on the back of the book and not in the spine. I kept on trying to fold it, and I was losing my mind. I was pulling the staples out, putting it back in, like refolding it. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then when I went back and rewatched your video, I was like, oh, it was like that from the start.
Yeah,
okay.
DC did that, not us.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. So I just pressed it as was with the staples kind of in the back of the book, and they're kind of pressing into the middle of the book now, but whatever, you can't really do nothing about that. So I did a few other things, but that was the majority of the work I think I did to it. Oh, I might have done a slight lightning with blue light as well.
You didn't mention the magic dust or the sorcery that you did, or any of the voodoo tricks, but I know there had to have been some, because I did a stream with Nate, and we were behind the scenes, and I was holding it up. I said, I can't even explain the feel of this book to these guys. So I just kind of hung it up and like flopped it. I said, look at this. Because like when I got it, turning a page, I was terrified they were going to break off.
Yeah.
Like they were that brittle and chewed up.
Yeah.
And the spine was, like you said, not only was that big chunk of the spine of the cover missing, the staples were almost disintegrated.
Yeah, the top staple almost fell apart as I was pulling it out. Yeah.
Yeah, to feel it when you sent it to me, it felt like a brand new book. Like, and I don't mean like a new copy of this book. I mean like a book I'd go to the comic book store today and buy. And I mean, it was insane. I watched you paint the
the sizing, the gelatin
sizing on it, and I thought, well, I'm going to see like lines or something. You can't see any of that. It was awesome. Awesome job.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
So we're going to unbox this and see what we got. So Jason and I have spoken a lot. There was some we weren't sure if it was restored or if it would get restored and conserved. I honestly didn't really care as much as Jason did, because to me the book is saved. Whether CGC classified it as conserved or restored, I didn't care so much. But Jason was very nervous. I mean, it was like every time I text him, he's like, well, what if it gets a purple? I can text or email Matt Nelson and we'll get it fixed. And I'm like, calm down. If it's restored, we can talk about that. If it's conserved, we'll talk about that. Either way. My thought was it was a 0.5 when I got it at best. It wouldn't have gotten a no grade, and it wouldn't have got like a 0.3 or whatever.
Right.
No way was it a 1.0. It was a 0.5. It was beat to hell.
Yeah. That rust especially would have probably knocked it down to that at least.
Well, and had you not done what you did and someone else slabbed it, that rust would have just sat in there and continued to eat the book.
Yeah.
And to your point, in 10 years, that book would have been half missing inside that. There'd just be dust and stuff in there. So
good point.
Alex Toth cover, I believe. If you're not familiar with Alex Toth, for our newer collectors, he created Space Ghost. So that's a fun fact about Alex Toth. He is the creator of the Space Ghost, which I loved that cartoon as a kid.
Yeah, Alex Toth is considered like your artist. He's got a very simple style, but he's known for his like heavy line work, and he's a really and he started 2 issues before on issue 28. That was his first mainstream public work. So, and then he skipped 29 and then went to 30. So this is like, I think maybe only the second piece of work he's done for a publisher. So it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, not the best person in the world if you ever do any research on him. But,
yeah, they all got history. All right.
Here it is, guys. So 2 things we're going to find out today. Is it conserved or restored?
Right.
And what is the grade? Again, we've kind of discussed back and forth our thoughts on grade.
Right.
I have no idea because I've never sent in a a conserved book or a restored book, and something that's had this much work on it and had any concept of what it is. So to me, anything over a 1/8 is good,
right?
Because there are sections of color missing.
Sure.
You know, I don't think there's any like story panels that got cut at all.
No.
There is a big color spot on the back missing from where that page was stuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lot of wrinkles and stuff. So conservatively, I'm thinking it's going to be around a 1/8.
Yeah. Okay.
And Jason, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'll be thrilled if it's a conserved 1.0, but if I'm going by books I've seen before, I'm thinking maybe I would be over the moon if it was a 2.5. I think that that makes sense. But if not, I'll be happy with anything over a 1.
All right. Well, I'm gonna peek and make sure I get this the right way.
Okay.
Okay. So I did see if it was conserved or restored, and we're gonna pull this thing out, and you'll be happy to know it is conserved.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Again, it's hard to tell some of the work that he did on this in the case. It's hard to tell the feel of it. I love this label. This is the first conserved label I've ever.
Conserved labels are nice. Had. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good looking label. It's blue with that little gray or silver strip on the top of it. I really like that.
Yeah.
So all right, let's see what we got here grade wise.
Okay.
I think it's on this hand.
Yeah.
Or is it on this hand?
I think it's on your right hand there.
All right, we're just gonna pull them both at the same time. So
okay. All right.
I'm saying 1/8. Jason's hoping for a 2.5.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Wow, 3.5.
That's fantastic. I'm really happy with that.
That is awesome, man. Great work.
Wow.
It does say conservation includes leaf casting to cover and interior, tear seals to cover, and the cover cleaned, which are all things that you did.
Yeah.
Didn't mention the staples, so the similar staples were good.
Good.
Let me pull up the notes and actually see what the CGC actual notes say, because usually they say a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome, man. Take a look at that.
I can't. Yeah, it couldn't be better. Honestly, 3.5 is amazing. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, and for the price I paid to have that conservation work done, I'm really happy.
It looks nice in that slab, I'll tell you that.
All right. CGC says, let's see, greater notes, small multiple water stains to cover, which I could see that. There's, especially along the spine. Wear to cover that breaks color. There's lots of wear that breaks the color. So that's not unexpected at all. And multiple creases to the cover that breaks color.
Yeah.
It is the only 3.5 conserved. It is the highest populated conserved copy of this book.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Let's see if I can pull up the census, the full census. So there are 37 total of these on the census now.
Wow.
And in a 3.5 in general, there are 4.
Okay.
With 1 being this one and 3 universals.
Okay.
There are 4, 5, 6. There are 20 copies of this that are better than this book.
Okay.
And again, it says origin of first appearance of Streak the Wonder Dog.
Yeah. That's excellent.
Yeah. Alex Koth covering art. Yeah, I'm super happy with that, man. You did an excellent job.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You did too.
Matt says awesome guys, to us, but
thank you, Matt.
That is not awesome to us. That is awesome to Jason.
No.
All I did was prep it so that he could work his magic and sprinkle his voodoo dust on it.
Well, thank you. No, the prep is equally important in my opinion. I mean, thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity. Really, it was a fun book to work on. I learned a lot doing it, and I always learn something when I'm working on these books, So,
well, like I said when we were behind scenes, I look at everything for you now.
That's right.
Every book I see is like, what can Jason do with this? What magic powder can he rub on this thing? And like. it is truly an awesome thing what you do, and it's one of those things, like anything, it's a skill you can learn, but like the science behind it's really cool when you start breaking down and understanding the science involved, and the makeup of papers, and how the chemicals react. That was one of the things when I started hopping books initially. I was terrified. It was just a damp piece of paper, but then I started understanding the chemistry a little bit. And it kind of changed my concerns, and more, and then I more started thinking that I'm not hurting this book. Someone else may think, oh, that's bad for the book. It's actually better for the book to do that technique than to leave it as is. And like with your stuff, what you did to this book, that, like you said, this book will last longer than any other copy of this that's in any slab anywhere, because the stuff you did actually helps it last. You got all that acid that's not supposed to be there out, and it's awesome, man. I can't believe it's a 3.5.
I can't either. That's amazing.
It was way above what either one of us thought.
That's for sure, man. That's especially with all that damage. But they kind of they grade on a golden age curve sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon. That's a fantastic grade. I'm glad you got it in your collection, and hope you get a good, hope you keep it for a while, or if you sell it, make some good money off of it.
Well, that's the next question. It's a cool ass book. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, do I keep it or do I X-Men it? It's like, how many X-Men books can I get with this?
Well, there you go. There's only 30 of those, so make sure you can sell it right.
Well, and it's so hard to value a book like this too. It's like when you look at GPA sales, there's no comparison, and Conserved is looked at a lot differently than Restored, but not the same as Universal.
I think it's if I remember correctly, what we in the conservation community, if you go to not Liberty Hill Comics, Liberty Hill Comics, I'm sorry. Tonight, for instance, they'll do a show tonight at around 8:35. But we look at the values of conserved books, and conserved books are actually not doing too bad right now. They almost routinely score higher values than restored books, and usually not too much lower than universals, especially at this lower grade point. When you start getting into the real high grades, that's when the price variations get kind of wacky.
The higher price shoots out of the realm.
Right. But like a 3.5 Conserved, which should be fairly close to a 3.5 Universal, because of the low to mid grade level. It's actually not going to be too bad, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the scarcity of the book is definitely going to drive the value.
Yes.
And it's one of those things too. Like I submitted it under the second tier, with a high value.
Yeah.
And I got bumped to a limited value. So their mindset is it's worth more than $1,000.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
From what I've seen I've had a lot of people like say, oh, that's bullshit. They just make you pay what they don't. I've sent lots of books at the $400 tier that are like $700 books that they don't bump me.
Right.
So I've sent lots of books at that higher tier that I don't get bumped, and they are worth more. Like you can see sales that say they're worth more than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I don't know what to do with it. Taking offers, guys. Anybody out there? I am taking offers actively on Green Lantern number 30, Conserved by the Magic Man himself, Jason at Archivist Adrift.
It'd be amazing I know we've talked about this in the conservation circles as well, to have the conservator or anybody who's worked on the book on the slab someplace, or maybe not on the slab, but at least in the notes at CGC. That way you get a little bit of that provenance, and you can see, did so-and-so work on this book? Okay, then maybe there's something to that. We have talked about that a little bit in the conservation circles. I'm not sure if that's something that Matt Nelson will ever do or not, but
well, I think you talked about too, like there was a lady who was like very famous restoration. She did like restoration repaint. Like if you had a book from her that she did, I think that does give it a pedigree value. It's someone, not only is she very well known in the community. Like her work is exceptional.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's people like, I don't know the conservation community, but I'm sure there are people in your realm that are just above and beyond everyone else.
There's Sanderson, Phil from Restoration Comics.
Those superstars. And it's like, if I was a person buying an old book, I would have a little more value in the book conserved by one of those.
Absolutely.
Those greats or the MVPs.
Absolutely.
Plus, I mean, I think it'd be important to credit the person just like you would the artist or the storyteller, because they did help that book make it to your hands. It would not possibly make it there had the conservator not done there. Is it conservator? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, conservator. Yeah.
If they hadn't done their work, the book might not have lasted. So
right. Yeah. Well, the thing also with Golden Age books is that if you collect them long enough, you'll find that you've eventually acquired someone else in the Golden Age book world. I feel like, I'm sure Alan could talk to this as well, but there's always like, I don't know how many books I have where I'm like, oh, I'll find it in an old Instagram post of like some other Golden Age collector. And it's like, we're all just kind of like passing them around, or.
Well, I think it's nice too, because with those books, there's obviously a lot less of them.
Yeah.
So you can easily spot that, oh, mine had a date stamp in that exact spot.
Right, exactly.
Where if you had like an Avengers 4, well, there's probably 100 copies that have a date stamp in that.
Right.
So, man, thank you again. I can't thank you enough for this work. No and I know you're always nervous to work on other people's books, but I had no fear at all in letting you work on this.
Well, thank you.
You definitely have. I mean, I think if you ever wanted to do this as a business, I know you'd have fears, but that's why you just have them sign a waiver.
That's right.
I understand. There's a risk. I mean, there's a risk with anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Even pressing a book, you're taking a risk. It's a small risk, but there is a risk, and the payoff could be substantial.
Yeah, I'd be more freaked out working on the modern books that you work on than any of the Golden Age books that I work on. So.
Oh yeah, these things are a lot more durable too. The paper's like, it just feels different. I mean, it feels like a brown paper bag.
Right.
Where like the newer stuff, especially you get into like 70s, 80s, it's like working on a plastic bag. Like it's it's just gonna come apart.
That's right.
As Nate said, hit the like button. Definitely check out Jason's channel, Archivist Adrift. He's done some great AI stuff too. If you've not checked his stuff out, where he's erasing and just rips a book in half with an eraser. Not sure how he does that.
Don't hold that against me, Chanko. He's got a video that he's working on here that against AI slop. So
yeah. Hey man, it's as long as I've heard they are grading cards now with AI.
Oh, that's scary.
But the limitation is, I guess, and I don't know anything about grading cards, but I guess when you grade a card, one of the things that's really important is how centered it is. Like where the picture's here, it's not cut one way or the other. So it does like an AI check of that.
And they grade signatures as well, don't they?
CGC will actually grade it. So you can pay them. Like if you send in the JSA, they'll actually give you a grade and put it on the back of the book with like it's an 8.0 signature.
Really?
So I don't know how you grade a signature or why you would do that.
Right.
But I've never seen a JSA slab that had the signature grade on it, but they do. It's an option when you send them in. And you can get it signed or graded.
Yeah.
Which again, I think that'd be confusing if it had 2 grades on it. You might, mix it up.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it works. And like I said, I don't know anything about grading cards, so I've seen them, but I don't know what they're looking at, and you can't clean a card. So
right. Well, it's paper. I could probably find a way to clean
it. Yeah, my techniques, I could do like the dry erase. That'd be it. I don't know if a press would get wrinkles out of one of those cards because they usually ripple pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got for this one, man. Like I said, I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on and unboxing with me. It was really exciting.
My pleasure.
If I don't see any of you again, have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure I'll be on Tuesday night with Nate at Hall. Yeah. We'll be going over new books. I'll definitely be showing this bad boy on there.
Sweet.
Because it's awesome. And thanks guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye now.